Hello everyone, this is Diamondsodhi here from CAAN Wings Consultants. Welcome to the YouTube session. I kind of feel it's important for me to take up the 491 visa with you. I know I've done a lot of videos and given you a lot of clarity, and a lot of you do have a lot of clarity, but still there are a lot of misgivings, there's a lot of misinformation related to this visa, which is why a lot of clients, a lot of applicants shirk away from preferring to go with this visa. So first of all, please let me make it clear that the 491 is a provisional visa that takes you to permanent residence. It is not a visa like the work permit where you go for a particular job assignment and then you're expected to come back to India. So this visa is primarily for people who want to migrate to Australia permanently along with their families and offers a very simplified and streamlined route to settlement or permanent residence in Australia. Now, basically the visa is granted for 5 years, and out of 5 years you have to live in regional areas for 3 years and work in regional areas for 3 years as well. It is a multiple entry visa, so you can come and go, travel in and out of Australia as many times as you like. Then after 3 years of having lived and worked in Australia, you can apply for your permanent residence. That is the 191 visa, 191 visa. Interestingly, the work rights of a 491 visa holder are similar to that of a 189 visa holder and a 190 visa holder. So technically speaking, there is absolutely no difference there. The education for the children is government subsidized, which is almost like free. Then you get your healthcare benefits. That's a huge advantage, because a lot of people are under the impression that probably under the 491, the kind of benefits you get are far less. Not at all. You get all the benefits under 491 as well. And then most importantly, under the 491 visa, you are free to work in any field you like. You do not have to, or let's say it is not at all mandatory for you to work in the nominated occupation, the occupation you nominated for migration purposes. Just the way anybody on a 189 or a 190 visa is free to work in any field, even 491 visa holders can work in any field. So let's go with the example of somebody who's worked as, let's say, a university lecturer in India, and the nominated occupation was a university lecturer. The person, after getting the visa on a 491, is absolutely free to work in any field that may not even be remotely related to education. Forget about being a university lecturer. So despite having clarified this, people still have some looming concerns which bother them. And I've been talking to clients, and it kind of amazes me, that despite so much information available on YouTube, on the websites, why do people still harbor such notions about the 491 visa? But anyways, since I know that they have these concerns, I'm going to take them up with you. So one of the concerns people have about 491, let's say misconception they have about the 491 visa, is that after we've lived and worked in regional Australia for 3 years, we will be subject to a further point test. And again, we need to prove that we have the nominated occupation is still in demand, and we'll need to sit for an English proficiency test like the IELTS or the PT again. Please be advised that you are not going to be put through any kind of point test, any occupation check, any kind of English proficiency test, nothing of the sort. All the government of Australia would be interested in looking at, once you complete your 3 years tenure out of 5 years, any 3 years out of 5 years, all you need to do is prove to them that you've been living in regional areas. So for that, you can basically provide them your utility bills, and they want to know that you worked in you've earned an annual income of $53,900 per year. Now again, there is a lot of hue and cry about the income threshold being raised. Now what I can confirm is that the income threshold has been raised for the visas that are sponsored by employers. It is still unclear whether it will be subject to 491 visa applicants. Now, let's go with the example that it is applicable on 491 visa applicants. What that means is that the employers who will be employing you in Australia will be bound to pay you at least $70,000 in a year in order to ensure that their wages are fair and reflective of the standard wages within the industry. It cannot be that the employers pay you somewhere around $40,000, but you have to prove that you've earned $70,000. That makes no sense. Therefore, if at all there will be any increase in the income threshold, and like I shared earlier, all you need to do is just prove that you lived there for 3 years and worked for 3 years, worked in any field, absolutely. For that matter, you can even be self-employed if you like. And when I say regional area, I mean you can live anywhere except for Sydney, Melbourne and Brisbane. Now, the entire Australia is regional except for these major cities. So that is it for now. Until next time, bye-bye and take care.